Hi everyone, are you guys ready for a fig cake? Always a fig cake. Good fig cake. Mouse will be live here in just a second. She's just getting a few more things put together and then she'll be right there. Hit that like button and don't forget to follow the stream and make sure you get your notifications turned on by tapping on the screen. There will be a little There will be a little bell. Tap on the bell. Make sure you get your notifications turned on to every live video so you never miss a moment of this savage outlaw life. We'll be right with you guys. Hey Myra, how are you doing? We're going to be live here in just a second. Judy Higgins, thank you for watching. Mad Mouse just got a few things left to set up and then we'll be on our way. We're going to make a fig cake today. Oh, fig and walnut. Excuse me. I'll have to go in. Yes, I'll have to go in and fix that, you guys. My bad. Fig and walnut. Don't forget the walnuts. The walnuts is the best part. So I'm going to unmute. Mouse, are you ready or do you need a few more minutes? 2 more seconds for the Mad Mouse, you guys. And then she's getting ready. She's just got a few more things to do, and then she'll be right with us. In the meantime, how is your guys' Saturday going? It's we're having a wonderful. Oh no, it's not Saturday. It's Friday. Ah, it's Friday. Shoot. I got to tell you, this weekend just flew by. We They can't hear you yet. You said you didn't want it. This weekend did. It just feels like it flew by. Yeah, but if you do that during the stream, they probably won't be able to hear you. Um, yeah, I can. Yep, they can't hear you, and I'm not repeating all of that. Um, so Mousie's just got a few more prep things so she can be ready for you guys when she gets in here. Don't forget to share the stream, like and follow the page. She's going to be doing an amazing cake. Have you guys ever had a fig and walnut cake? Figs are, we've been doing a little research on figs. Figs do some amazing things. I didn't, things that, what normally people eat figs because they need a little help there. But from what we're learning, there's a lot of stuff that figs will do. I guess it helps to combat Alzheimer's. Or no, wait, dementia. Excuse me, it's dementia. Um, Hi, Jackie Malone. How are you doing, my friend? It's wonderful to see you here. There's some more stuff that figs do. Mouse will explain that when she gets in here. Anyways, so how have you guys been? How's your Sunday afternoon going? Who'd have thought we needed that much prep time for a fig cake and walnut? Excuse me, I'm gonna get in trouble. It's fig and walnut cake. I need to go in there. I need to go in there and put fig and walnut cake. I keep forgetting the walnuts. Okay, hang on, Mouse. I gotta work my way back over there by the computer. Give me 1 second. Just a scooch more. Oh, I don't know why. I just have a kind of a bit of a headache today. And here we go, you guys. All right, I'm gonna. Okay, you guys. I think the Mad Mouse is ready. She is this. As always, I'm Wendy, the a savage mother, and Mousy is my twin sister. All right, Mouse, go ahead.
I'm Kevin, and says I'll be there in just a minute. Hi, everybody. How's everybody this Saturday? So today we're going to. I kind of paused like I was waiting for you guys to answer. Today we're going to make a fig and walnut um, cake, and it's funny because I had been Googling and I've been talking to you guys about figs. Um, I'd been Googling about figs and olive oil, which there's no olive oil in this cake. It's a very Moroccan cake.
Oh God, I hope
Um,
not. Could you
no,
imagine olive oil and figs?
oh, it hits your stomach and you go, oh my lord.
You'd
And trying to
fall.
roll a little. You could actually feel your stomach drop.
You know
But
what would
anyway,
be funny is to feed that to company that
hi Cindy
when you
Humphreys. What?
when you want them to go home, Mouse.
You just put it in the cake. Yes, that would be funny. But like I said, what's funny is I I had been Googling these figs, and Tom and I go to Walmart twice a year. It's usually in July, and then we go back in September.
Walmart
And
or Costco?
Costco, excuse me, we
I don't
we
blame you
go
if you only go to Walmart twice a year. I'd personally rather have my stomach pumped than to go to Walmart.
right.
I don't care for Walmart at all. Anyways, go ahead. It is Costco where they go. Because
Yes, it is Costco.
you can't buy that brand at Walmart, I don't believe. Hi,
Well, and
Lindawood.
I believe it's Kirkland. So this recipe actually calls for 10 large figs, and this would be your large fig right here. I
Hmm.
won't even tell you what Tom says that looks like. But so I'm gonna throw this little bitty something in here just for good measure. And because 2 seconds, walk over here to the fridge, put my cakes away. Because I was worried about not getting everything done, I forgot to chop our figs. But um, the first thing we got to do is we have to make. Let me make the tea, and then I'll tell you what goes in this fig cake.
Tea.
Real
Is
quick.
there tea that goes into this?
Yes, there is.
Oh, nice, Mouse.
So
I still.
before you, when you set your, when you turn your oven on, because you're going to want to preheat your oven to 360
Okay.
Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius if you live in Europe. So I'm going to turn on my fancy little teapot here and boil me some water real quick. And then I'm going to take my tea dispenser here. The tea. Oh, the tea. I need a face. Remember Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yes, I
So
still.
what you're going to want to use is you're going to want to use any black tea. Now you're not going to want to use chamomile tea or anything like that. You don't want to use a real flowery, strong, like rose hips or something, because that's going to add flavor to your figs. So you don't want to take anything away from your figs, okay? And then I need a face. See, I forgot something. I can't believe I forgot that we had to make tea. So I do apologize there. So
You're okay,
what I'm going to
Mouse.
do, okay, and there's our oven. So I'm just going to use this container right here, which is what I use in Tom's lunch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice these figs in half so it helps soften them. Because what we're doing too is we're softening the fig
Mm-hmm.
up. We're going to kind of reconstitute it a little bit, and we're going to put a little bit of flavor from the tea. Ooh, the tea. Look at all the lovely fiber in these figs. I don't know. Here lately I've been all about the fiber. Here in about a week I'm going to be all about the what the hell was I thinking. It's all going to catch up with me.
Anybody want to come to dinner at Mouse's house?
Yeah, we're going to have
No, I still
beans.
like the idea of olive oil and
Yeah,
figs. And then you know what? When you know how you get that company sometimes that wants to hang out, I'd be like,
yeah.
"Hey, before we have dinner, we're gonna have some fig cake." That way,
2 seconds.
it all hits at once. Make sure
Yes.
somebody else is in the bathroom before they get started.
So I actually made 4 jars of olive oil. This is very good, expensive, extra virgin olive oil.
Mm,
Did I say that right?
I
Extra virgin oil, olive. It's got extra virgins in it. And what you do is you cut the, you cut the olive or the olive. You cut the fig kind of almost in half, and then you put it in the jar,
Mhm.
and you fill it with olive oil and stick it in a cool, dry place. I kept mine in the refrigerator just in case. Uh, just in case I make us sick and I can rule out food poisoning.
Ah,
So, I'm cutting these in half. Now, as soon as I'm done cutting these in half, I will tell you what goes in this cake.
okay.
Because, see, that's where I messed up there, too. I, uh, yes.
You're okay, Mousy.
Okay, so, now, we got all of our little pieces, and I'm going to stick them in this container right here. And it doesn't have to be a sealed container. It's just what I grabbed from underneath the counter there. And what we're going to do is we're just going to cover.
She's starting the makings of a mess. How many utensils do you have dirty yet, Mouse?
I have a clean kitchen. Imagine that. I cleaned the kitchen. I did all the dishes. Even the dishwasher is empty, so it's prepared for the dishes.
Oh, you didn't neither.
Yes, I did. Okay, so I'm going to make the tea now. We're going to let it steep for just a couple seconds
Mhm.
till the water gets nice and dark. And I'll make some more. I'm right on that, Rose. We'll throw the top on here and let it steep for just a couple seconds. And then I will read what goes into this cake. You need 10 large figs, dried. If you're going to make a fresh fig cake, you need a different recipe. You need 1 tea bag black tea. Preferably you can use whatever tea you want. But remember, if you're going to use chamomile, rose hips, lavender, that's going to make your tea or your cake kind of taste like that. A half a cup of chopped walnuts, a cup of all-purpose flour, a pinch of salt, half a teaspoon of ground clove, fourth of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, and yes, you can use uh, crystal ginger or candied ginger, or even fresh. You can use fresh on all this as well. 2/3 cup of butter, room temperature. You want it room temperature. 1 cup of sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar packed. Make sure you pack it. 3 large eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And like I said, you set your oven to 360 and it bakes for right around 45 minutes, and I'll explain that in just a second. Okay, so we've got nice dark
Okay,
tea.
hang on, Mouse. Let me check the chat and see if anybody has any questions about these figs.
You're not watching the
No, I'm running my Cricut. I'm looking at it.
okay.
What did
You
what did
better.
Cindy Humphrey said something about those things make her mama what? Let's see. We gotta see here what's being
So I
said.
made 2 cups, 1 cup of tea, and the rest of the water I put in there just to move this along because I forgot to make the hot tea.
Yeah.
Um, and that smells amazing. And you know, if one doesn't want all that fiber,
Yeah.
you could go in and you could scrape the figs out and just use the fig meat and not the innards.
Okay.
Okay, so we got nice dark tea here.
Real quick,
So
Mouse, can you see the comments?
let me see. Uh, yes, there's just a lot of people watching.
Uh-huh.
Them things make me. Do they make you yak, Cindy? Oh, they make her go, yeah. They make her poop. Well, they're supposed to. Hi, Annette. Let's see. There's Jackie. Hi, everybody. Um, and Linda Wood. You know,
Olivia is here. Hi, Olivia.
I'm such a shit. I did not say hi to anybody. Okay, so there's our
I'm such
tea,
a shit.
and
And we're talking about
figs. So I'm gonna add the hot tea in here, and we're gonna let our figs do what figs do, which is get nice and soft and gummy, gummy. And you know, figs are sweet. I didn't think they would be that sweet, but they are. Now, the only thing I did different so far on this recipe, because we all know Mouse doesn't have any front teeth right now, no teeth on the top, was I took, and it didn't blend it up very well. Tom doesn't know it, but he's going to order me a new blender.
tell him what figs do, Mouse,
Okay,
about
give me 2 seconds. I took the walnuts, and because I forgot to pull them out of the refrigerator, if you want walnut dust, which gives you very good flavor, you got to warm the walnuts up. If they're warm, you're going to get this paste right here. But I didn't chop them, I ground them up as small as I could get them so I don't have to swallow too many walnuts whole.
oh,
Okay,
Mouse.
so um, figs. And I don't remember everything, but I do know if you Google figs and olive oil, what it does to you, it can actually stop Alzheimer's and it can stop dementia. It can actually
Well, from your understanding of what you've read,
no, this is yes. Okay, let me rephrase this. I'm by no means a doctor, and no means am I
Dr.
a
Mouse is in the
dietitian.
house
Yeah, a dietitian, because y'all don't want to eat my diet. My diet includes a drink of NyQuil every night and
and
about
some figs.
16,
That way, there you sleep right through
16,
the shits in bed.
16 peanut butter M&Ms, and then in the morning, a whole bottle of creamer with
oh,
1 pot of
Mousy.
coffee. And then
Ah.
you're going to drink green tea the rest of the day. Syrupy green tea. No food. Don't think you're eating any food. It doesn't happen. Okay.
Don't do
Well, and
it.
that blended drink with all that lettuce and stuff. Yeah, now you guys know why I drink so much fibers, because I drink a lot of NyQuil. Anyway, okay, so what I read figs can do. it doesn't reverse any of the damage that Alzheimer's does, but it can stop it. It can bring your dementia patient back to itself. It actually helps regulate sugar in diabetes
From
patients.
what
It
you
keeps,
understood, what you read.
yeah, okay, I'm not going to keep repeating that.
Yes, you
Anybody
are.
from here going forward, anybody that thinks I'm saying it's going to do it, this is what I'm saying that I read that it did. Okay? I'm not going to keep saying that with every little comment I make. It's not going to happen.
Okay, it's not happening,
Or,
guys. Don't get her started.
remember on Ants or
We'll
Bug's
get the
Life when he goes, die, die, and they show the picture of the bugs dead? Okay, so with that, it does a million and one things figs do. And do you know figs were the first fruit, the first anything that we as cultivated or cultured human beings that we grew or harvested back
Yeah.
in the day.
Plus, it
Figs were
was
the
used
first
to
thing.
cover up our genitalia. Remember? A fig leaf?
Yeah, exactly, a fig leaf. And so,
Amazing
and
things.
olives, because with the olive oil, olives actually grew in the same region. So I know I'm making the camera do weird things. So with that, let's move on here, or I'm gonna lose my spot. Okay, so we took care of the figs. That's the first thing. Second thing, first thing you're gonna do is set the oven. First thing you're gonna do is soak your figs in some hot black tea, and it doesn't matter how strong it is. Just a nice black tea. You want to cover it, and what we're doing is reconstituting the figs a little bit. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mix the dry ingredients. Okay, and because I absolutely have no clove, and look at my camera, I have no clove and I have no nutmeg. We're only going to use ginger. Now the
Oh,
reason
God,
why,
nutmeg.
hold on, the only reason why I don't have clove or nutmeg is because it gives Tom severe heartburn. So I just quit putting it. I omitted it out of everything that I was making. So I'm gonna start with the flour, and it calls for, where's that APF, some bitch? Where's it at? Sodium or APF. So we need a cup of flour. So I'm gonna get me a cup of flour here.
Do you know why she said that?
What?
It's because that little paper that she had in her hand,
Mm-hmm.
it was the picture on it was an old time advertisement. That's why
Right.
she said that.
Oh, well, no, that's what I'm saying. I like that Toad said that APF, and then
Okay, hang on
me
a
right
second,
behind
Mouse.
it.
Give me a second. Brant, we have somebody that's lonely and wanting to make friends. Give me 1 second.
Oh,
Would
they're
love,
lonely. Try some figs.
yes. So
Always eat
sorry.
figs.
Maybe it's just a Sunday and it says, Annette, hello, can we be friends?
Oh,
If
yeah.
yes, touch my profile picture. Touch
Mm.
me in the morning.
Morning.
Hands reaching out,
I just spilled
touching
flour all over the
me,
floor.
touching you. Sweet.
Sweet Caroline.
Everybody do
Down
it.
in
Bum,
the
bum,
good
bum.
times never seem so good. So good. So good.
Hang on,
Okay,
I gotta get to the
what we
computer.
need is a cup of flour, and I'm going to sift it because why not? I just spilt it all over the floor in front of me.
Nice.
Yeah, I did. And I almost said, I'll just holler for Sandy. She'll come lick it up. That ain't gonna happen.
Okay, guys, he's gone. That makes me
Okay,
feel bad.
does it?
Yes, is Annette still in there? Did I ban Annette? Annette, I need you to come out.
Okay, so we got a cup of flour, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all the dry ingredients in here, and then I'm gonna sift it out so we don't have any lumps or anything. So we've got flour, and I need my pen. God, you'd think I'd never cooked before. I'm so nervous.
Judy.
I don't know why I'm nervous. Okay, flour. And you want to use white flour. Don't use grain flour because, for one, hello, we don't need any more fiber. Fiber is in the figs. Can you imagine? Imagine what it would be like if you put all fiber stuff in this. I mean,
Your
that
company
would
your company would definitely leave fast.
definitely, or they'd ask, you got a toilet? I'd tell Mel no. We split the front yard. You're not using my toilet. So now we're gonna put some ginger, which we always got a lot of ginger in this house, and it calls for one kiss. Remember on Sleeping Beauty when
Mhm.
she says when she's cooking, one kiss, and because the 1 teaspoon things will not fit in the bottle, I'm going to go for a half a teaspoon, and I'll do it twice. Okay,
There you go. Nothing like
there's
doing it
one.
twice.
Right, you
Oh,
can't be good.
hang on. We're
There's
frozen up,
two.
Mouse. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Frozen. Frusion Glacia. There it is. Okay. We're still
Okay, and that's
frozen.
still here. All right, so we've now accomplished flour, ginger. Where else do I need here? We've got to put the dry crap in here. And you know what's funny? Is there's no baking soda in this cake. So it's a very dense, heavy cake.
Good. Yeah,
Um,
hence the figs.
yes, the figs. Okay, so beans, I'm not putting any clove or nutmeg in this. Oh, we gotta have a pinch of salt. Hold on.
Ooh,
I love doing a pinch of salt. It makes me feel very French.
that's it.
Yes. Okay, ready?
Mousy. Pinch.
Pinch of salt and one to grow on.
Jesus. That's for your stint later.
Yes.
So while you're in the hospital getting one and they put you on that cardiac diet, that's that extra little zest that you're gonna.
Yes.
That,
Okay, yes.
that helps the
That's
clot
because,
go all the way through the brain.
yes, it does. And because what it's going to do is all the figs are going to loosen the airway. It's just going to grab shit. It's going to be like a snowball rolling downhill. It's going
Heading
to grab
south.
shit
That's
along the
right.
sides.
I'm
Yes.
leaving
Okay, so
on a
what I'm
jet
doing
plane.
is I'm just stirring in the ginger to the flour, and I'm gonna shake all this down through the sieve.
Nice,
And
Mousy.
yeah, and I have a tighter sieve.
Do
I
ya?
got a nice, I got a nice tight sieve. Um,
Ah.
yeah, I can't find it. Okay, so we're going to stir that up, and we're gonna set this aside. And I'm gonna bring over another bowl here. And when I get this all mixed up, you guys won't get to see it because somebody didn't make my filming station yet that I'd asked for. But he's been very busy. And
Could it be maybe
no,
you fed him
oh,
too many figs?
no, he had something to say about it too. Okay, so what
Maybe
we're gonna
you
add
fed him too
now?
many figs. Damn it.
No, hold on. What we're gonna add now is I'm gonna cut the butter into this bowl. 1 cup, 1/2 cup of butter. And you want this softened, and mine is soft, but it's not as soft as it should be. I actually set it outside in the tin that I'm gonna cook this in. The other one, because how hot is it? It's like 84 degrees outside.
Is
Um,
it? No, no, it's hotter than that, Mouse.
yeah. So I'm going to get a butter knife here. Butter knife, butter. Oh, that shit's working out great. So I'm going to cut this in here like so, right? And I'm not going to do too much because I just remembered. Actually, I should be mixing this in the mixing bowl.
Ooh.
What the other guy has. So, since I like to do frickin' dishes, we're just going to
How
do it
many
this way.
dishes? Okay, I want everybody to put a number in here and we're going to guess how many utensils Mouse uses through this video. Um, and then we'll have Tom count it up because probably be Tom does the dishes.
Everything we have minus 2 or 3. That's
Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on.
might
How,
even have to go out to the camper and get some more.
there you go, Thomas. How many glasses of tea does she have going right now?
Just one.
Just one right now.
Nice.
Okay, so, and because you're gonna wanna wipe the sides down if you're not using a hand blender or mixing this by hand, which you're probably gonna wanna wipe down the sides. Okay, so there's dirty dish number one, not used. All right, so there's the butter. Now, what we're
Hi,
gonna do is
Marilyn.
we're gonna cream the butter and the sugar together. Normally, when you're baking, you put the eggs in with it,
Yeah.
but you only are. We're gonna put one egg, and remind you, there's 3 eggs goes in this. So
Do
we're
you,
only gonna put
for
one egg.
Recox, they're all writing numbers down. Mouse 50, 35. We'll see who comes in closest.
Okay.
Marilyn says 10 dishes. We'll get Tom to count those, you guys, and then we'll get back to you.
Mind you, you need to put dishes and then silverware.
Yeah, no, it's silverware, you guys. That mouse can flat make some. How she does it is beyond me.
I'm good at it. I made spaghetti last night. I was cussing myself before I went to bed. Okay, so now we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. That's 200 grams if you're in Europe. And mind you, that is white sugar.
Pour some sugar on me.
Uh-oh, he's dancing now. Watch out.
There it is. Hey, by the way, you guys, I want you all to. I'm going to put Tom's TikTok in. Make sure you go over and follow him on TikTok. He will be taking a trip here real soon, back east to
One
Missouri,
cup of sugar.
Branson, Missouri. Make sure you guys get over there and follow him because he will be doing a live all the way across. You guys don't want to miss out on that savage outlaw on his motorcycle. So
Now,
you never know what. Go
I
ahead.
must add two. I took out 2 things of butter because we're gonna butter the bottom of this and the sides. Um, so if you have butter, you have to use real butter. None of that margarine or
Always butter your bottom.
or the crown thing or any of that.
Okay,
Always real.
let me interrupt you for a minute, Mouse.
Okay.
There's he is known as TikTok Tommy 7 on TikTok. He does have 3 amazing videos up. Obviously, they've gone he's got quite a few views on them. You guys don't forget to jump over there and like and follow him as well. That once again, that is Mad Mouse's husband, Tommy. TikTok Tommy 7 on TikTok. Yep, there you go, Mouse. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So make sure if you don't have real butter in a bowl, that you take out extra butter, extra stick butter, so that you can butter your dish. And just to be on the safe side, because I've never made this before, I'm actually going to butter and flour my tin to make sure.
Do you have somebody assigned to butter your muffin? Real quick, I want to
Wait,
also I
well,
want to interject. There is Mad Mousy right below that. She is also on TikTok, and then I'm going to also drop my link, which is Wendy and her Outlaws. Go ahead,
yeah.
Mouse.
Okay, so a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, okay, packed. You want to pack it in there. No, we're not loosely packing anything. And I will say, depending on how dark your brown sugar is how dark your cake is going to be. So because I only have light brown sugar today, my cake is going to end up white. Mind you, I'm showing you another spoon.
There, make sure you're counting up the utensils, you guys. We're gonna see who
And
comes in the closest.
yes. Okay, so I put one egg. This calls for this calls for 3 eggs. So I put 1 egg, sugar, white sugar and brown sugar, and 1 stick of butter, 1/2 cup of butter, and I'll be right back. Keep them entertained.
I will. Okay, so this would have been the good time. Is Tom available?
What?
Thomas Hatfield, come on, we're supposed to keep these guys entertained. Anyways,
Oh, I can entertain them.
are you entertaining? Are you entertaining yourself or them?
Well, it just depends on what they want.
Well, you better enjoy not being in the bathroom right now. It sounds like you're about to have an amazing time this evening.
I am.
Yes, figs and freaking what did she say that was? What was that she put in there? Figs and
Olive oil.
yeah, olive oil. That sounds like an
Boy, tomorrow will be
amazing.
interesting.
And you notice she waited to do it on a Sunday, so you're gonna deal with that all day Monday.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now,
God
what are you
love
doing?
her.
What we're gonna do now,
I'm entertaining.
you guys.
Thomas Troy, what are you doing?
You know what's funny is these two do this crap when I'm here at the house and we're cooking. Wendy and Tom always dink around. Okay, so this is kind of what we're looking at right here. The butter isn't all incorporated. It's a really thick paste. So now we're gonna add one more egg. Okay,
Okay.
the last egg will be added once we start adding the flour, the dry ingredients to the cake.
And in Mexico, that's uno mas.
Pantalones.
I'm teasing.
Okay, so, and then we're gonna scrape down the sides. You wanna scrape down the sides.
Uno mas huevos.
Yes, uno más huevos. You do it.
This
You're
is known
such
as a huevo, and a man in Jamaica is known and judged by the size of his cock.
Okay,
Did it? Well,
so,
huevos, chickens have eggs.
alright, entertain them, I'll be right back. We're gonna start the KitchenAid on slow and blend it, and we'll end up on fast as soon as we're done. Not too fast because we do not want to warm up the butter.
Oh,
Did
okay.
anybody hear that?
Yes, we heard you, Mouse. I heard you. I heard you if your name's. Got it, Mouse. So I'm absolutely excited to. I'm just as overjoyed. I cannot wait to taste this fig cake. I'll bet it's great. What are you gonna fix with cake tonight? What kind of protein are we having? She can't hear me. Tom must have walked away. He's
I
entertaining
didn't.
himself. Um. Oh,
Okay, so we're going to use this new spatula here.
new spatula.
I don't know what it is. I use something and I just throw it in the sink and it's like, well, shoot.
And that's why you have a billion friggin'
Yes.
yeah, those things.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to scrape the sides down again. And the nice thing about doing your figs last
Yeah.
is you want this cake batter to rest. You don't want it to be all excited and full of bubbles when you put it in the oven. And we're going to, you guys are going to want to pay attention when I get ready to show you how to do the fig part.
Pay
Okay.
attention.
So now, what we're going to do, we've got one egg left, and now all we have is this flour to put in. Okay?
Okay.
We're going to add half a cup of the flour. Mind you, there's only a
gotta put 2,000 more.
there's only 1 cup of flour here, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put about 3/4 of a cup of flour in this, and I'm going to go over and mix it again. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to take all this sugary stuff.
In Spanish, it's un huevo.
Un huevo.
Yeah.
Un.
One
huevo.
egg.
Un
Yeah.
huevo.
One egg. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm saying. See? Good
And
tell
if
you.
you have a cover, at this point, a cover is good because the flour's going to go if you turn it on too quick.
Okay. Oh, was that you on did you just do that, Tom?
That's that interpreter app on my phone.
Oh, I see. Hey, make it say, I need a fig, please.
So what we're gonna do, now mind you, remember I said we have 1 egg.
Okay.
So because this is really wet, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the flour, your 1 cup of flour and your teaspoon of ginger. Plus you'll have your cloves and your nutmeg in there. And mind you, we're still going to add fig and walnut to that, but there's a special thing we're going to do to that.
Specialness, all this goodness.
All of it, all of it, all of it. Now,
You know
what we're
why
going to
you
want
call
to
it
do?
all this goodness? Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because you say,
Why?
oh my goodness, after you're done eating it.
And oh my goodness, when you've ate the whole thing. Never, ever, ever, ever eat the whole cake.
Why?
Don't do that. It's not good for you. You'll make your tummy just gripe and gripe. You know, I'll tell you what, Pepper Ann must have laid down and taken a nap. Okay, so just to kind of rush this along, normally what we do is we put this under the blender and stir it, but I'm going to go ahead and add the egg right now. Just mainly because it's mixing up a little different than it did the first time. And I think it could be a high pressure going through.
Did you find it, Tom?
Which one?
What is it?
Can I have a fig, please?
Okay, so I'm going to go mix this and I'll be right back.
Okay, you be quiet. We want to hear the interpretation of can I have a fig, please?
And guess what I forgot? Good thing I noticed it. Vanilla.
Say,
Now,
now have it say, I ate a fig and I need the bathroom.
okay.
Necesito un jugo, por favor.
Okay, listen. You two be quiet.
Okay, Mouse.
The best way to put vanilla, and you know what vanilla really does? When you add vanilla to something that is not real sweet, what vanilla does, the flavors in the vanilla go in and make the sweet in whatever it is you add to become more. That's what vanilla does. When you're adding vanilla, you think you're adding something sweet, but it makes everything else that's sweet in the mixture sweeter.
Huh.
Does that make sense?
Necesito vanilla.
Does the vanilla... You know what, Wendy? Can you please watch the chat?
I
Does the
am.
vanilla give it flavor? Yes, it does, Cindy. It makes the cake sweeter.
We're getting in trouble,
And it
Tom.
brings the flavor out in the walnut and the fig. So we're going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla, a little bit more, a little bit less.
You guys have fun baking. I'm gonna go outside and find something to kill.
Go find
Okay.
fig or what?
I don't know. Something. Gotta be something out there that
Stay
wants to
away
die.
from the fence line.
Thomas Troy.
All right.
I killed the weeds yesterday.
Did ya?
Yeah, he did. I had to ride the...
Spiders last night.
So it's
Oh, did
Miller
you
time,
try-
right?
Good man.
Man, I don't just sit on my fat ass in the shop and
Hey.
do nothing.
Get your bony ass out of here. Go on.
I'm not just a pretty face, all right?
Okay, so I'm going to go mix this up. I'll be right back.
You're every woman in the world, Tom.
Yes. Okay, keep them busy, Wen.
Okay, I'll sing to you, Tommy. You're every woman in the world to me. He left. Thomas left. He's outside killing stuff. So, what Mouse needs is another camera so we can see her over there blending up stuff. I just love it. I'm actually crafting, you guys, while we're doing this.
I didn't go outside.
You didn't.
Nope.
It's freaking hot outside. I don't know why you want to be out there.
I have air conditioner in my shop.
Oh, you went to your shop, I see. Well, I don't know why you don't go and do you a TikTok video, sir. You need to go.
Because I don't know how to do them, and then I can't just hold the phone and do TikTok, so
You
I don't
just-
have a phone case.
Excuse me,
Too much
sir.
pressure on you, Thomas? I'm sorry. Damn
Okay.
it.
It's hard for me to perform when
So-
everybody's watching.
Jesus song.
Oh my God.
Really?
I bet Cindy Humphreys is over there going, "Damn it, boy!"
Everybody watch it.
It's
So
coming.
this,
Watch the stream. You'll see it. She's probably trying to drink a Mountain Dew and spit the shit all over
okay,
it.
now be quiet, both of you.
Okay.
At this point, if I had used the dark chocolate or the dark
Sugar.
this would be very dark, like a Moroccan cake, because this is actually very well, it's Moroccan. It is a Moroccan cake. So
Here, I better lick that off.
no, you leave your tongue off it because I'm not done. Now, at this point,
Never heard that before.
I
That's what she said.
Thomas Troy. Shut up.
Listen to Tom.
Okay,
I like it
so
when he laughs. God.
At this point, you guys are gonna see pieces of butter. It'll be fine. And I'm not. The last time I made it, I got pieces of butter, and when because if you melt the butter and put it in here, it's gonna make this nice silky cake batter. It'll make it too thin. It's like when you make cookies and you melt the butter in the microwave. It makes the cookie sticky.
Thin.
It makes it sticky. So, wow, Tom, let's get Judy. Okay,
Hi,
so now
Judy.
I'm going to show you how we want to do the walnuts and the figs. Okay, so I'm going to set this over here and we're going to let that rest. All right. So,
Am I in the way?
yes,
Oh.
hand me a big knife.
How big a knife do you want?
I want the biggest one you got. Hold on. And we need another sip. Oh boy.
Do you need a face mouse?
Now, where's your medium-sized one go? Hold on. 2 seconds. Nope.
Hey,
Gotta
real
have a-
quick, can I use a heating tool on Mod Podge? It won't hurt it, will it?
No, just make sure you don't put it too close.
It won't catch
Or
on
you'll-
fire?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just when you see smoke, stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Before there's fire.
So we're gonna use this, and I'm just gonna set the prunes, the figs in here, because I don't want them to drip all over the place. Because we still have to chop them yet. Yes. Alrighty. I'm just gonna lay them right there, and that helps get rid of a lot of the seeds too, because you don't want your cake really seedy. I mean,
That looks nasty.
That's your dinner, Tom.
Oh, I still have spaghetti left over from last night.
yeah, I made spaghetti for dinner last night. Okay.
Well, you
So,
couldn't
what
have made
we're gonna
spaghetti
do-
on Friday night? That would have been nice. Damn.
We knew you were coming over. We waited.
So
know.
I'm going to, and you can chop your figs. You want them nice bite-sized pieces, but I'm going to chop my fig up as small as I can get it, just mainly because Mom and I don't have a lot of teeth left. And you know, it's not like a fruit cake or something. And I want to try something really quick just to see if it'll work. If it doesn't work, well, it's one more piece of something we have to wash.
We had spaghetti with morel mushrooms.
Sounds good. Mom and I had ribeye last night with the baked tater and I can't think of
Now,
it.
I actually debuted
Broccoli.
this little chopper in the Savage Den.
Mm-hmm.
You can get this at Walmart. And I don't believe it says Vidalia Chop Wizard anymore. It says something else. This is an older one. Tom bought me this, and when Sarah was a baby. So, oops,
Yeah, that was smart.
just made a mess.
I'll get in trouble later because she put fig juice on the floor.
It's
And
sticky.
she'll go, "It's sticky." And I'll be like, "Yeah." And she's like, "What did you get on the floor?"
Yeah, you'll be blamed for it, Tom.
Now,
It's okay.
check
It's good.
that out.
That
Nice.
didn't work.
Yeah, it did. Watch. It's working. My evil plan is working. And I'll show you guys here in just a second. And it makes it all uniform. I use this a lot.
Do you?
A lot.
When I'm gone or what?
Yeah, when I put rat meat
All
in
right,
your...
ladies and gentlemen. Adios.
You know that mystery meat stew I make for you? Rats
That
don't...
must be for your other boyfriend. I don't remember that.
Okay. Now, the only thing that's happening is the blade is
That's for
sticking
the
to
Schwan man.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Did you give her free chicken?
He's giving her free something.
Okay, so this is a little bit of extra work, but it does, you
I
know,
wish she'd bring some ice cream.
bring some ice cream.
Ice cream.
So we're basically going to make a paste. Now, mind you, if you have nice teeth, which I don't, or just teeth period, chopping these up will make it pretty in the cake. It really will. I know I'm literally destroying the figs
Hey,
here.
tomorrow's Facebook channel is going to be washing windows in the kitchen.
Is that what it
Stay
is?
tuned. Cindy will be on a ladder.
Yeah. Those are so nice and sweet, you guys. I wish you guys could taste a fig with me. Okay, here we go. What's the chat say?
I'm watching it, Mouse.
Okay.
I have.
If you're
Cindy
not-
Humphrey says, if you're not tapping, you're slacking. If you don't share, you don't care. Come on,
That's
guys.
right.
And I'm pretty sure there's something under your bed.
What are we sharing, Cindy?
So what you're gonna want to do at this point, because I forgot to add, you know, I told you it was a cup of flour. I forgot to add. You're gonna need about 3 tablespoons extra flour, and I'll show you why here in a minute.
You're obnoxious.
I like it. Lets me get all my aggression out. And okay, there's some more dishes. All right.
Well, don't worry. I'll do them when I come in from the shop.
Good man. That's why I got you around.
Yeah.
I do. You put the lid on the brown sugar, so for real, or you get just don't go away, Matt. Just go away. All right. So, and because this made a horrible mess, just me and my book. Now we'll clean this out of here. But these have wonderful flavor. That hot water really brings the flavor up. Or the hot tea, I should say. And because you're using a black tea, which is a hot herb, it's going to speed everything up quite quick. Okay, so we're going to pick as much of the fig out of there as we can get.
A rock hit me this morning.
And yes, we count the chopper as a utensil. Is everybody still guessing? Or did everybody guess? Are you there, Wayne?
Yeah, I muted my stream because I was running my heat tool.
Found a cup of ice and didn't put any water in.
Okay. So. Now, look at our fig. It's all nice and uniformed and pretty.
Nice.
I know it.
That's awesome.
So what we're going to do, have you ever made a fruit cake and you put the fruit in the cake, poured it in to the pan, and when you got the cake out, the fruit was in the bottom of the pan?
You ever add
Yes.
a little juice to your water? It's good for your colon.
What, Jesus Christ?
What did you say, Thomas?
Plum.
I said add a little palm
Pomegranate.
juice to your water. It's good for your colon.
Oh my God.
Get in here hip deep.
A little bit of apple juice
That'll give you heartburn.
and
Along-
some figs. Woo!
Along with all the gas in your chest.
That'll keep
Right
you
bef-
busy on a Saturday night, huh?
Yeah.
That's a good old party here at the Hatfield house. But you know what's nice?
We don't need Mad Mouzzie at our house for crying out
We
loud.
have 3 toilets. Nobody has to fight for nothing. Anyway, okay.
Enough with the colon.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so now, like I said, has anybody ever made a fruit cake and the fruit
I've had a couple.
shut up, and the fruit fell to the bottom of the pan? I actually Googled this, and then when I called Mom to ask her if it was true, Mom said it was true. So usually, if you're gonna put some kind of fruit and then a nut, because usually you don't have cake without, just get out, Tom, right now. Get out.
Fruits and nuts.
Get out of my house.
Fucking Tom.
I saw some of those on TikTok earlier.
Get out. And don't come back if
Got
you're
my
playing.
sombrero on, my sunglasses. I'm going.
You're sexy. Don't let nobody steal you while you're out there.
I want to go mess with the Mexicans next time.
Okay.
Mexican.
So,
Mexican
Mexicans. Mexican bandits.
Oh, where's my shoes?
Oh, Flores,
Okay.
get a hold of you, you'll know it.
What's that?
When you choke
Oh,
on a
Flor-
pepper.
oh, Flores, did he choke on a pepper?
Yeah, okay, listen.
We're
this
watching
is
that right now.
yeah, I'm watching Lonesome Dove.
Oh, are you?
Okay. Yeah, Peach, be
Oh,
quiet.
Kick for the
So
river.
so what Mom told me to do, see Marie Cox has. Okay, Marie, what you want to do is take your fruit and you want to make sure it's dry, first of all. You don't want to put wet fruit into your cake because that'll loosen your batter. Take your fruit and mix it with your nuts, your chopped nuts. Now, like I said, because I chopped the walnuts really fine and they were cold, they got wet. I should have warmed the nuts up to room temperature and it would have made a dust, which would have helped coat the little bigger figs. But because I have no teeth in the front, because I knocked them out on the coffee table, I kind of got a sticky mess here. So what we're gonna do is we've got that all incorporated, right? Now we're gonna take a tablespoon to 3 tablespoons, depending. You just want to coat. You want to coat your fruit mixture. You want to, flip it through there and coat it really good. And what that does is that helps that it gives the fruit something to grab onto with the flour, to grab onto the batter. Because when we fold this in, the flour, it's just do it. Help me out here, Ren. Hello?
Yeah, I heard you, Mouse. I'm sorry. I don't know when to interrupt you, and
Well, I
you're
just
doing
asked
good.
you not to listen. You just told on yourself. You're not listening. I asked you to help me out.
Hey, you know what? Screw you and screw your fig. I'm watching you. I'm busy. Shut up, Mouse.
You're watching me?
Damn it.
Reminds me on Holes when he says, I'm watching you. And he's like, remember? Because they were Pendansky or whatever his name was.
Who?
What happened to your face? I think I'm kind of pretty, don't you?
I'm sorry. I'm like really concentrating right here. I am watching the
Okay.
chat
Yes, okay, be
for
quiet.
Lover
For just,
Boys, and yeah, now
yeah,
it's be quiet.
normally,
Go away.
normally,
Come back.
listen, normally this would be really dry because by the time we flip the flour through it, but because I had to cut everything up really small, it's gotten moist. So I'm not going to worry too much about it falling to the ground, to the bottom of the cake. But I wanted to tell you guys about that I had finally found a way to keep the fruit to stay where it's supposed to, which is within the cake instead of all laying on the bottom, like a pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, those are good, Mouse.
Let's see. Annette said it keeps the fruit from going to the bottom. Thank you, Annette. Yes, that's what that does. Okay, so what we're going to do, I thought Tom snuck outside with the cake, which he's been known to do. Okay, let's taste it. Mmm, that is yummy. Hold on. Please hold. We're gonna get all of that because you know it doesn't have enough fiber in it unless we get every last bit of it out of there.
Oh, you know what I want to see you make, Mouse?
What?
Manicotti.
Oh, I can do that with fried pork chops.
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
You haven't made manicotti in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Susan is our Italian girl. She'll probably stand over there and say, "You're doing it wrong."
I don't know. I used to belong to some pretty important.
Italians yourself, I know.
That's good. You guys are gonna love this. Um, Now, one of the reasons too that I am making this big cake is I'm going to make every week because I'm going to have a tea party,
Mm.
and for the ones for my sisters, and I've got a few people extra that are not family that I'm adding to the list. And I'm going to decorate, and we're going to have high tea. And this is one of the cakes that I plan on making
Oh, good
on the menu.
Lord.
Just
Can
yes, but when you have, we're talking bite-sized bites. Um, and I plan on serving this after tea. I'm going to serve a bourbon,
ooh.
and because we're having high noon tea, which is more like a meal. But I'm going to serve a bourbon, a dark bourbon with this.
Oh, nice, Mouse.
Yes, and we're going to have French dips. We're not having tea sandwiches. And I'm making a French onion soup.
Very nice. I'll be there. I love your French onion soup, Mouse.
Yes, and I'm going to make my own scones. So,
Damn
and
it.
what I plan to do is we're going to go live, and the tea I plan to serve will be oolong tea, and
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a progression of tea until we get to the bourbon. So I'll end with a sweet tea, which the bourbon. Excuse me.
Sounds like you've had some bourbon.
No, and it's the figs. But anyway, in between then and there, I do plan on making a punch.
You gotta invite Timmy G.
Well, I had
That'd
thought
be
about.
funny. That'd be funny.
Okay, so there's our cake mix right there. How's that look, you guys?
Looks good though, Mouse. Does.
Yes. Okay, so next thing we have to do, we're going to use parchment paper. Now, the reason, and I'm sure all you bakers know, this is like this is so if it gets stuck, well, we're either going to eat the shit out of the pan with a fork, which I've known my husband to do, and he'll tell me, "Don't cry, honey, you can just make it again tomorrow." And he'll eat it all, and he'll clean the pan and tell me it never existed. Um, if your fingers are hurting, okay. So we're gonna butter this pan. Let me wash my hands real quick. Can't give anybody the shits without a proper amount of dish soap on my fingers. And since Tom went outside, I will count the silverware myself. Hello? Am I still live?
Yeah, you are. I gotta help Mom. I'll be right back, so keep talking. Mom's called me. I'll be right back.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, so I plan on in October, I do believe I said August, but I did mean October. um, can anybody tell me why something Wendy and I always do in October, why I would have a tea party in October. And it's okay if you don't know. Yeah, I love parchment paper, Judy. It takes up a mile of sin. It really does. I gotta get another bowl to put this in. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. It's a good thing Tom's not working tomorrow. He's not going back to work until Wednesday. Um, okay, so the reason I'm having tea party in October is it's to celebrate the 3rd year of the Twisted Clown. Because Wendy and I always love to scare you and play Halloween. And last year, I believe it was last year or the first year, I don't remember which. I believe it was the first year. The first year, the fortune teller, she had her seance, and she called forth the mother from the other side, and then the mother had a tea party. So, got done watering my flowers. Oh, Lynn, God love you. I haven't had flowers in a couple years. Not since my head injury. I used to have some beautiful flowers. My yard used to be really pretty. But anyway, so we are, and this is a horrible job of buttering. Please do not judge me. I can't remember our teacher from, I don't remember if Toad was here, she could tell us the name of the teacher. But I would have got a horrible grade on this buttering. Because she would have told you it may just be butter, but it all needs to be even. And there should be no messy sides. And there is. Okay, so the recipe calls for, and I'm going to do it the way the recipe said to. The recipe calls to butter the dish, stick this in, stick the parchment paper in, stick it down, and then butter the parchment paper. And what I should have did, y'all, was buttered the parchment paper before I stuck it in there. But I'm just not thinking today. Pepper Ann decided that it was, she was done with us sleeping. Last day to sleep in, and she woke us up at 4 o'clock,
Uh-oh.
which
Hang on a
is normal
second. Very nice,
when
Lynn. Lynn got her flowers all watered up. Very
and
nice.
so you're gonna want to butter this
Lynn
piece out.
says, butter me up, Mouse.
I will. To call Medina. Remember you, me, and Dupree?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How wiener?
Okay. So, like I said, this fig and walnut cake is very Moroccan. So, um, Moroccan cakes tend to be kind of dense, and now you know why. Um, they they don't use a lot of baking powder and stuff over there,
Wonder
which
why.
really isn't good for you. I was reading about baking powder and baking soda, and half the people who have stomach issues, or you have like my daughter has Crohn's. You got that. What's that called? That squishy butt.
Mm.
Oh,
Squishy butt.
oh, that's what Sarah used to say when she was little. My butt squishy.
Hemorrhoids?
No, when you pero just um, you know,
Gas?
you're gassy. Yes. Anyway, if you have a lot of that, you shouldn't eat baked goods that have baking soda and baking powder in them. Like Tom, we just spent what? I just paid the bill. It was like $47,000 for when he was in the hospital those 2 weeks, in and out of the emergency room, all of that. Um,
We should have beat him for that.
I'll tell you what, I wanted to, and he thought he was having a heart attack, and it turned out it was his stomach. If you have a lot of stomach issues, stay away from baked goods that have, which means you're going to have to bake the shit yourself because everything has baking soda and baking powder in it.
Hence
And
bacon.
that's kind of why I'm also doing
Is
what I'm doing with the figs because my husband he throws a fit if there's nothing sweet in the house to eat.
tell
There
him I'm
has
right here, sweetheart.
I have he told me I tasted like a damned old lemon.
Um,
Okay, so give me 2 seconds and we're about to move this show on the road. Um, are we still going to make a mess here in a little bit?
yeah, I'm getting a jump on you right here. I'm
Okay.
I'm making
And
these spools.
the only reason why I asked was because I'm gonna show you guys how to pour this in here, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven. And in 45 minutes, while Wendy and I are making a mess, we're gonna take a look at the world, and we got a lot to chat about. Um, who knows? Who knows what's gonna be said? It, maybe in 45 minutes, it could be me and the neighbor man outside naked with a knife and a rope, and whoever comes back wins. I have no clue.
What is it
So,
with you and a knife and a rope?
I don't know. I've always wanted to do it. It's like, okay. Oh, Cole is just about, he just got Gus. The, the wagon hasn't fallen apart yet. The Indians are watching him. Oh, Tommy Lee Jones. He was so sexy in this. Yes, I'll have your babies right now. But only that Tommy Lee Jones, not the other one.
Tom and Cindy have insurance. You always make it sound like she didn't
What?
pay that much. You guys have insurance, don't you?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. The only reason why I said $47,000 is because our insurance shows us the whole. We have three insurances. Um,
They're
we
so
have very good.
dramatic.
Um, no, because I just like to swallowed my tongue. It's like, holy shit! I hope that's the balance. You know.
It is.
It was the balance when I called the lady. Okay, so you guys aren't going to be able to see this, but I'm going to layer this in the cake in the pan. Now, let's talk cooking vessel now, okay? Depending on how thick you layer this cake up is how long it's going to cook, okay? If
Okay.
you put a toothpick in it, it's always going to come out wet. And so you'll end up cooking it like a doorstop. Do not do that. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bake it and you're going to want to feel it. It should be springy to the touch, okay?
Okay.
Not if you pat it and your fingers go down, put it in. And I'm not talking like 5 minutes. You cook it for a minute more and then pull it out, okay? Now, this is actually going to take longer than 45 minutes because it's very thick. Fig and walnut cake should not be any thicker than about an inch and a half. That's why it doesn't take long for it to cook. And mind you, it's not going to rise because there's no baking powder, no baking soda. There's only eggs, which is going to make it very dense. Okay? Oh my god, that's good, you guys.
Be
Now,
careful.
if you tune,
If you want to go live here in a little bit, be careful.
I've been eating figs all week long. I don't think nothing's getting through. But
It
um,
might break loose in an hour.
I love it. I'm gonna take my sleeping pill tonight. What? I can hear Tom. Wake the hell up, damn it. Okay, so this is pretty thick. It's not gonna rise much from there. Um, like I said, because it's got eggs, it's gonna be very dense. So when it gets ready to come out, I'm gonna try to get the camera over here because I'm gonna go on the other side and finish my steampunk box and tell you what I discovered about that this morning. I'm such a shit. I didn't even realize it.
What?
kind of asshole starts a project and doesn't check the whole thing through. I was just excited about gluing kindergarten shit. But
You were excited about the hug?
hmm so we're gonna want to stamp this down a little bit. I know that's loud. I apologize
You're
because we
fine.
don't want a lot of air bubbles.
Aw,
Um, so I'm gonna stick this in the oven at 360 for 45 minutes. When I get ready to check it, have you ever like patted brownies? You can pat it and it's kind of springy. Like I said, you can even put a knife in here and it's still, no matter how long you cook it, you're going to pull back something moist. If you cook this long enough, we could put it in a shock put, like a big old slingshot, and you could put out a window with it. So don't overcook it. You just want to cook it till it's springy on top. And with 3 eggs, it's going to be very moist. So we're going to give this a try. I'm sticking it in the oven at 360. I know I said 365. 360, and we're going to set the timer for 45 minutes. Now, it's probably going to take me longer than 45 minutes because I piled it in that little tiny bread pan. I probably should have put it in the round cake pan, which will spread it out to about 1.5 inches. That's more like probably 2.5 inches, something like that, which it'll be okay. So, thank you guys for watching. Give me 2 seconds here. I gotta wash my hands and I will count up the dishes and we'll see what we got. It's not a bad mess. It really isn't. Okay, I
nice,
got.
Mouse. You didn't make a mess? Something's this.
Oh no, I did make a mess. It could be worse. Usually there's like breakfast dishes and Tom's ice cream dishes and stuff. Guess that old woman did teach you to fly. What part's that, Win?
Oh, they went
Was it?
they went to go get a cook.
No, it was Blue Duck.
Oh, that's at
God.
the end. It's when
Yeah, I
he's
told
taking.
you you had Gus in the
Okay.
casket. Okay.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Damn. Can you be any louder?
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18 pieces of 18 pieces of celery. 18 pieces, oh, 19, excuse me, 19 pieces of um, silverware.
Damn, Mouse.
And then I've got 2 plates, 1, 2, 3, 6 glasses or
So I believe
liquid.
it's Marilyn that wins because she said 25.
Yeah. So it was 20. So after this cake comes out and it cools, um, I don't have any paper napkins or doilies. What you want to do is, or you don't have to use it. It just makes a pretty pattern on top of the cake, which is what I plan to do for my tea party. And we are going to drink tea out of my 100-year-old china.
Nice.
Uh-huh. And full service is will we're gonna have full service. But anyway, you want to shake powdered sugar across the top of it. Uh, I would suggest tasting it. It could be a little too sweet, but I did find another recipe where you cut the cake in half, which is kind of why I made that as thick as I did. And you take ricotta cheese or goat cheese or queso, and you layer cheese um, in between the layers and cover it with whipped cream cheese, which now I can understand why they're serving a lot of cheese with it. Brie goes very well with this fig.
Okay, so hang on. Lynn wants yes, we will go live during the high tea. Um Lynn wants the recipe. Lynn, we will be posting that later
Yes, I
today.
even wrote it down. Here, hold on a minute. Because I know Judy, somebody wanted that recipe for the,
If you just stick it under there and turn it, can we read your
no,
writing, Mouse?
it's, if you give me a second, I'll rewrite it. This was me trying to get the ingredients together. Um, I'll rewrite it while we're live and, stick it underneath there. Uh, but I did write the recipe down, unlike I did that time that I made, the spaghetti squash soup. And it's just mainly I didn't write the recipe down is because I've been making most everything I make. I don't use a recipe.
I'm not Spanish. I mean, I'm not English, Lynn. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna say I feel Puerto Rican in this hat. I feel like a
Using
Puerto Rican. Read the.
yes, we're going to, and I've been kind of brie would be wonderful. Yes, Judy, it would.
I don't like brie.
I was I was actually thinking about getting a small wheel of brie, uh, and heating it, doing it in the oven to go with the figs, and but I am going to make soup. French onion soup. We're going to have 3 times baked beef with French dips, and I'm going to make the beef broth, the dip. What's that? Au jus. I'm going to make the au jus from scratch.
Nice,
And,
Mousy.
yeah. And so I'm going to make everything from scratch, including the scones, and I'm going to make some bread. So, so you guys are gonna want if you
You
guys are
better
gonna
get to cooking, Mouse.
what I know Tom was so hungry. He's like, when are you gonna make all this? Because he could see me making my grocery list, and I'm so blessed that way because Tom and I mean, we're not rich, we're not poor, we're not rich, but when it comes to food, Tom will let me buy anything I want. Remember when he bought me that $75 wheel, and it was only about that big around, about the size of this cup. $75 wheel of brie. He goes, "Is it going to be good?" I said, "It's going to be amazing." So he threw it in the cart.
Brie, I don't care for it. There's something about it. Yes, Grandma is English, Lynn.
But what I'm going with is Tom doesn't mind what I buy as long as I cook with it and I don't waste it. And I don't waste much in this house at all. None of it hardly ever goes to waste. So what you guys are going to be seeing now until the beginning of October is a sample of what we're having at tea, at high tea.
Well,
So,
and we start. Wendy, are you wearing a large red hat? I don't
I
have a.
don't know that we're going to do the Red Hat Society because Wendy and I attend that in August, September anyway. We actually host a Red Hat Society tea at her house every year in September. So I don't know that we'll go red hat, but I may require hats. I'm not sure. If Mom doesn't really like to wear a hat, and I don't want her to be fussy. What I was thinking of having was I was going to decorate because I have all the decorations for Alice in Wonderland for my tea party.
That's our high tea. Mm.
At any rate, if I know Tom, he'll be laying on the couch screaming, "Is there any finger sandwiches left?" My Tom loves cucumber sandwiches with butter.
Yuck.
Yeah, and he likes the tuna fish. If I make tuna fish, sometimes he'll even tell me, "Hey, let's have some tea sandwiches." And he loves when I cut you butter it and then you put whatever you're having, salmon or whatever. But all right, so let's get this rolling.
Oh, Judy, I
I
love you, Judy.
just think she would be red, beautiful and red. Oh, Judy, I love you. Wendy, you suck.
Lady in red.
Yes. What does this say? Dean said he'd rather have me cook than. Yeah, you know what? Tom hates to eat out. He literally hates eat out because he's gone all the time, and I mean, he's kind of pretty much stuck eating out. And by the time he gets home from being gone, all I want to do is go and eat out. And he'll tell me, "Oh, come on, Mama, you can cook it," And here lately, when I don't know, ever since we got Pepper, it's like, who the hell are you? He's
Me?
been doing the dishes. Tom did the dishes last night. Do you know that?
Fuck's wrong with him?
I have no idea. I asked him, "Are you dying or something? What is going on?" It was it was strange. Most men do cook good. My Tom can. You want? Yes, Mad Hatter style. Yes, Lynn, Mad Hatter style. Um, Tea party. That's
Hence the
exactly it.
Mad Mouse.
Yeah, that's where my Mad Mouse comes from. And if I could ever get back into my craft room, you guys would see the walls are deck. I
Never
painted
happen.
myself. All right, so let's get this going. I have got to use the facilities and get ready to go make a mess on the kitchen table. Thank you guys for
We'll be back
joining me.
live here in just about, let's
10
see,
minutes.
just about 10 minutes. We're going to go
Yeah,
live for about an hour more.
yeah. So thank you guys, and no, we'll be live enough so you can see what the big walnut cake looks like. I
Yep.
wish I could give everybody a bite.
Line up because you're eating a fig whether you want it or not.
Right. And here's some Pepto Bismol to bind you up. Cheese. I'll stuff some cheese in you first, and then give you a bite of cake.
Oh,
How's that sound?
that shit just builds pressure.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll
All
be
right,
gassy.
Elsie, say bye. You guys will be back in about 10 minutes for Wendy, Gigi, and Mad Mouse Make a Mess.
I
Thank
can't
you
figure
for
out how to hang it.
watching.
Love you guys. Bye.